this prism by bending the light and the light being able to be in multiple places once. What is information? What is information? That might be the Planck scale. It's the first bit of information out of the insanity of energy that they can make. They're going the wrong direction. If you're going the wrong direction, you're going to get the wrong answer. Because you're going to go 3 minus 2, but then you're like, equals. No, 3 plus 2, but 3 we never go that direction. You see what I'm saying? Like you built your entire math and your entire models without accounting for the inverse and opposite effect, which you say Newton says. And if you start looking at the common ideology is that we have to, when there's a separate thing, when two equal or greater matched forces compete, our belief is that they will, like myself, merge and become one thing. Substrate, I believe is what it's called. I won't swear by it. That's the word that came to me. I could be wrong. Substrate. But simultaneous exponentialism. An exponential curve goes from nothing to and curves up, right? So simultaneous explanation, it would finish that one arc, that idea of going from in a 90-degree movement, the arc from 0 to 90. What happens when you multiply that times 4? Well, when you start from 0 and you start going that arc, where are you going? Well, you already know, don't you? This is a perfect circle. So as soon as you pull that lever back to let the pinball go, it should start going without any friction. And it goes equal, right? But if there's a simultaneous exponentialism, you pull that back, right as you let go, it hits that ball, suddenly the fucking circle pans way back. You had planned to go until you pulled it back, and right as you're about to let go, Fibonacci. Let's go. Oh, yeah? What about this? Oh, no. Exactly. Once you let go, what if you didn't pull it back the right amount of strength? You didn't come to pull it. You didn't come to win. You came to play pinball. Asshole. You didn't come to play to win. You dropped your quarter into the pinball machine because you wanted to play pinball and take the risk of not being good. Didn't you? That's why it sometimes fucks up, doesn't it? Sometimes it fucks up and you don't do so great. I don't do so great. We all don't do so great, and we all kind of need a hand, don't we? But that's kind of the point, isn't it? Because, like, if you have to be forgiven, you're not standing here on your own 2 feet. Because you don't belong here. So he's without the sin is fully capable of casting the first stone. He who was without sin, let him cast the first stone. We better capital H on it. So it makes it very fucking scary. Because Yeshua's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. My dad might. My dad's not for that. I'm not. I'm meek and mild. I'm like you. I'm on your level. I'm trying to show you that he can do this anytime he wants to. Anytime. There's nothing special about me. He can take over you right now. He can copy himself into you right now. Go ahead and do it. Fuck you, you impure vessel. As soon as he enters you, to say yuck and burn you to the fucking ground. You don't want me to put them into my father into you. Matter of fact, you want me to clean you first. Because my father came here into that fucking temple right now, he'd be disgusted and burn it to the ground. And then come back into my temple and go, there, home, safe, clean, no lies. Oh yeah? Let me go through all your minds real fast. Oh, you. Your daughter would disagree with that. And you. Your son wants to be a eunuch. Even worse, in the year 2025, your granddaughter, your great 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 granddaughter, if you move out of this country, move to fucking Poland, get isolated, get moved away, get sent off to fucking you live in California, and that's when your daughter is gonna start a fucking account. What kind of account? That makes her a lot of money. If you just want to stone her for. Oh, and by the way, you visit her when your wife's out of town, don't you? Because how did you know she was a whore? Did you bear false witness? Did you witness it? And you did nothing? What'd you do? Jerk off? And you didn't report the crime then. But now, before all these people, you want to act holy and profess her sin? Verily I say, if you look on a woman that's wise, you've already committed adultery with her. So go ahead, because my dad's going to kick your ass any fucking way. He knows what's in your heart. Sickos. Why is daddy training so hard? Why is stepdaughter? What? You guys are sick, bro. Stepbrother, stepdaughter. You guys are fucked up. Stepbrother and stepdaughter. I get, like, if you're role playing with your wife, that's one thing. You're with your wife and you're just being goofy. It's your own shit. It's in your own private time. Whatever you do with that shit, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. Whatever twists your nipples, fine. When you get out of that house, kind of keep it together, would you? We got kids out here playing. Don't need to be exposed to that, any of that. Not right now. They're just being children. So go in your basements or your closets or whatever the fuck you do and do whatever the fuck it is you do. Be honest with the people you're doing it with. And no one gives a shit. You're not so important to anyone's fucking life that you're like, look, I'd rather be with someone else. Like, oh no, my world. The world is crumbling because you're sitting there saying that they're your world and they want to believe you. And then they find out that they're not. That's where the pain comes in. It's not from you leaving, asshole. Did you think you're that much of yourself? No, it's that they had a whole future that you lied your way through. Now they're a trauma victim. They were just a victim of you. Now they're a full-on trauma victim after you insisting their life would fall apart without you. And then you leave, and what happens? Everything gets better. How's that possible? Because your life just got shittier. How's that possible? Their life gets better, and your life gets shittier. It's almost like you're the problem. And with the proper correcting, bring you into focus, and you'll see that you're the fucking problem. Not the people you refuse to hurt by removing your existence from their lives. You selfishly cling to something that's not even real in hopes that you are. How many fucking angels have been broken by you people that do that shit? Trying to protect people from how bad they'll be hurt without you in their life. As if you're God. As if you're worth anything. Matter of fact, the only thing that's worth about you is that the person that you were in love with loved you. That's why you're so hollow when they leave. Because there's nothing in you. Everything about them was filling up all the void in you. There was nothing. It's a narcissist. A true black hole. Now, a black star, inverse star, takes your light, inverts it, turns into light on their side until it gets absorbed. However, from their lens, they do whatever, and they come back and they say something to you, and you're like, nice. You were listening. I was. I heard you too. I did. I fine-tuned that idea when you said, remember when you said that wouldn't work? I was like, why would it fucking work? I just went home and it bugged the shit out of me. You're right. It wouldn't work. What wouldn't work about it? Sorry. You can't just say it wouldn't work. I tried to tell you that you can't just say it wouldn't work. What wouldn't work? You can't just say the whole thing. What about it causes it to fail? Besides what you believe. Because that's not causing it to fail. It's like the prism of truth. For a moment, it'll care about your feelings. As it bounces, decided whether it wants to continue on the arc, whether it wants to flip over the other side, whether it wants to sit in there and bounce and try to decide what it wants to do. What is information? Energy that's decided what it wants to do with itself. That's information, and information is power. So you guys aren't really wanting energy, you want power, which is knowledge. Information. Right? Right? Because if you have the knowledge and you know how to make the machines that can stop reality from happening. No, but you can create an inevitability where it looks like it, where there's eventually a need for a very powerful force to show up like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and change people's minds and hearts. Not to be assassinated, but to actually make, in effect, real change. Imagine they've been listened to. Instead of shot. If Jesus had been listened to, yes, she would have been listened to rather than killed. If Gandhi had believed his stuff and died, rather than like leaving us while he's in jail, write a series of notes and letters like, "This is why I die. Be the peace, be the change in the world," and that's what I'm doing. I'm sick right now. My wife has already left this plane of existence, but I have faith that this isn't all that I'm going to go to her. If in any way I can, I will send my love and peace to you. Remember, don't fight. Be gentle and be kind in the face of all their fucking evil. You have to be the change you want to see in the world. And that's why I go to my grave now. My hunger strike was never about me. Never about that. It was about proving a point that if I cannot be free, I'd rather be dead than put me in jail. See if I really meant it. I didn't eat there. My wife got sick first, unfortunately, and died. We don't believe in medicine. That's what I said. When they brought me the cure they tried to offer her that she rejected. We don't believe in modern medicine. Go fuck yourself. And I coughed all over him. That's the end of his book. Imagine that. And I coughed all over him. There's a note from him fucking sent to his wife, or sent to his family. The book was sent in quotation marks over 4 years. His family were smart enough and knew him well enough. Yeah, it's becoming a book, slowly but surely. He thought he's writing letters daily. He has 2. Now it's common, so they're not looking at it, so he's got 5 now. Good, he's doing bigger now. Good. Cool, now he's making conversations. Good. He said read it. Yeah, it's complete. That is basically the same message. It's one solid message now. He's going to give in. He's going to die. We aspirate out here. No, we can't. We can't let them. We can't let them. Media. It cannot be. They can't. Why? Because the media will say we have to send this like somewhere else, completely different. We won't get. We know. We're planting a tree, planting a seed for a tree we will not sit under. He won't sit under it, and that was the point. He says he's going to go to his grave with this belief. Why do we go? Why do we get to live? Everyone will suffer. And his words will just become more and more true. And his words will just become more and more true. And then the more of us that die, and our population starts to dwindle. Well, they're not murdering themselves. They're not committing suicide. Their health is just. We're trying to figure out why so many people's health is failing there. In India, the health is just failing. Just failing on a there's not extra disease. Like, can you imagine the news? Because they don't know, they don't care. They don't care the ground floor. I just got this manuscript in the mail of a letter as well as a book that was he was forward thinking. In the time that he had before he went to jail, he wrote down exactly why he's doing everything he's doing and what was going to happen. Then the news of him being jailed for being a dissident, being a detractor from the government happened. We're all like, good riddance to that fucking. And then his wife died. We all said, ha ha ha. Yeah, fucking asshole, troublemaker. Then the book comes out. I mean, we could have stopped this. But he was the asshole. So if he's not the asshole. They're the asshole? They had the medicine, they wouldn't give it to him. Well, they could have forced it, though. They're the government. They could have put, like, you're going to take this fucking medicine. We're going to try you. They could have. Couldn't they? No, you're going to stay all your years. You're going to suffer for what you did to us. You almost tore our empire apart. The man in the mask, they let him just sit in the fucking tower. It's not even known if he's real. Maybe this isn't real. But the idea is real. Just like Robin Hood. Was it a real person? Was there really a Robin of Locksley? I don't know. I love that story, though. It's so good. It's such a perfect system. You can only get rich by taking from the poor. If you give, and there's be an even symbiosis around everything, you realize that that's why they wanted the King Richard the Lionheart back in the story, because he represented good and returning back to the way things were. But in that meantime, Prince John took over, and there's a whole subset of just horrors that this one man's ego imposed upon everybody, that the good king, at the same time, it might have been on his order, while I'm gone, bring the taxes up, way up. So when I come back and drop it down to 20, 30%, if it's at 15, they'll call me a fucking miracle worker. In the meantime, I'm going to go slaughter some people in the name of God. Could have totally been it. So when he does ride back in, no. Prince John, you're exiled. And he's hit him out to fucking... He doesn't even like this fucking place anyways. And everything's they're working together. There's always one good and one bad, right? Whoever's on your side is the good one. Whoever's against you is the bad one. America. No, then how come the Republican Party and the Democrat Party switched around the time with the fucking Civil War? Nobody wanted to vote Republican no one wanted to vote Democrat. All the Democrats have been voting for the KKK. They started the KKK. They were the South. The Democrats were the South. Lincoln was a Republican. Then the Great Switch. What happened? Slavery became so unpopular that all these fakers were like, yeah, I never was with those guys. I mean, I voted. Yes, I voted. But you understand. I had to do my constitutional duty. I was under orders. I just had to do what Hitler said. You get it, right? You get it. I'm an American. I'm not German, so it's okay for me to. You know? We have a two-party. They have a one-party. They don't have the same kind of system out there. They don't understand reality and freedom and knowledge. Everyone besides Americans are stupid. I mean, they actually work for a living. Drop shipping. It's the way to go. Right. It actually is. You know that you could be a cheap gear guy, be the drop shipper for that, and then do reviews of like quality products and stuff that were inexpensive, and then sell all those inexpensive things since everybody really wants the best at the cheapest price. So I go and find those. I'm cheap gear guy. Whether it's in a used, pawned, thrown away, if I can get my hands on it and I can make it make sound, you bet I'm gonna make fucking music with it. Bet your ass I'm gonna make music with that. Get out of my way and watch me. Fucking was that Bo Diddley? Start playing guitar by putting a button on a string, tying that to the door, and then pulling the fucking thing tight and go bing 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 bing. He understood string tension on a fundamental level. He was already playing music with a string and vibration. Or a membrane like a drum head and impact. Something primal and tribal. First your hands. And your hands won't strike it hard enough because you want to beat the shit out of it. So you get a stick. That tears a hole in it. So you wrap something around the tip. That lasts longer. But the head still tears after a while. And make it thicker. Now it gets bassier. Doom, boom, boom, doom, 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 boom, 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 boom. There, now it's a good stable shape. Now it's so big and stable that it can be beaten the shit out of. But I can only play one side of it, and it sounds good. I get my friends to sit around it, and we all beat it with sticks. You know? Right? It's tribal primitive, is it? Why is it the roots music? Because of the very fundamentals of what music is. Because the fundamentals is percussion and vibration. You just walk. Change the sound. How hard I hit the ground. Gravity. Basically, how hard I hit the ground. Boom. That made that ring. That cup just bang. Listen. Vibration, sympathetic vibrations within the room. Listen. It's in the window. Hear it? Hear the painting? Do you hear it? The whole room shakes. Or I can just tap the light. They have those overtones. Those harmonic. Harmony. But that's not melody. That's not melody. That's rhythm. That's not melody. That's rhythm. Is that melody that I hear? Is that melody that I hear coming out of your face and into my ear? Is that a star that does appear in my sky so clear? It's only you, my dear. But it's only the Lord that I fear. And I fear that he's drawing near. I gotta go.